Today we are ready to take off our anger. Anger is expressed in hate. Do you have a lot of hate in yourself? Yeah, I know, it's not so obvious, to tell you the truth, how anger can be expressed emotionally, in emotion in us. Revenge, fury, jealousy, vindictiveness, hatred, contempt, argumentativeness, sarcasm, impatience, frustration, negativity, aggression, violence, revolution, rebellion, meanness, abusiveness, smoldering, stubbornness, resentment. So that's the expression in emotional expression in us. I remember when I wanted to have a revenge. Yeah, it was very strong. It was so real. To tell you the truth, I was so angry at that person. I was so angry. I felt like a victim, and I wanted to have a revenge. It took a while to let it out, to understand differently. The worst what can happen to you when you feel like a victim. And the victimhood, it is like sickness, kind of sickness. And when you have so much suppressed and repressed energies in yourself, you are a victim. You feel like a victim. So as soon as you start to let them out, as soon as you start to recontextualize, then you become more freer and freer every time. So it's good to know our negative emotional side, to let it out and recontextualize. Yes, that's what you must do. Otherwise you're gonna be victim of some, whatever you see here. You might live in revenge or in jealousy or be very aggressive. You must learn your negative emotional side. You must. Otherwise, like I said, you will be victim. You will be victim. And life won't be so pleasant when you feel like a victim. It's not so obvious. You will defend yourself every time. When you start to defending, it is sign of victimhood right away. So just learn, become more sophisticated with your emotional side, negative emotional side. That side, suppressed and repressed, will keep you not matured emotionally, not matured, and the victim to the end of your life. I know you don't want that. Of course you don't want that. In my next part, I will give you some more information, general information about anger, so you will be able to take care, control over. General information about anger. It's good to know that stuff, because when you will know, you will know how to protect yourself from negative influence of your emotions, and you will understand what the emotions are and how to deal with them. So it's good to educate yourself, to become more sophisticated, not to be driven by negative energies, and not to be influenced in a negative way. If you don't understand, then you are influenced. If you start to search and try to understand as much as you can, of course, then you become more sophisticated to yourself, and you know how how to help yourself. And that's the purpose of education. So anger could be used in destructive way and constructive way. In destructive way, example of destructive way, you are in the job place, you hate the job, you hate boss, he's or she is so unfair to you, and you do nothing. You just go complain to others, and you are not really happy person. So that's the destructive way, because you do nothing. You just ended up to be freeze, to complain only and be unhappy. In constructive way, what would you do in constructive way? In constructive way, you would go and take night course to educate yourself more. You would improve skills or skill that would be useful in that job. So you would think that about yourself, that okay, what I would need to improve to change my situation. The same place, the same boss, the same job, and different approach. When you are only driven by anger and you don't understand that that's the energy in us that could be used in constructive and destructive way, you don't know, it's out of your awareness, automatically you're going to be driven by the destructive way. But if you understand that, there is a reason I'm angry, and I want to find out why, and then you will be pushed automatically into constructive way. And when you will develop that skill or skills, you might go and ask for a raise. You might go and ask for different position in the same company, or to go and look for another job. So see how that anger, the same feeling, could be used in different ways, because there is so much energy in us in anger, right? So just remember that when the anger comes, have that realization that you can use in constructive and destructive way, and always push yourself into a constructive way, because there are always ways out. You cannot be stuck. You cannot be so dependable from your boss when you are not happy there. When do you know that you have so much anger? When do you know? You are easily irritable. Somebody says something and it just irritates you. Not even people, but situations. You look at something and you are irritated. Then you know it's so much suppressed and repressed anger in me. You are explosive. How many people do you know around? You're just afraid to say something because previous experiences were that you said something and they were acting like, woo, very explosive. You didn't even realized at the moment that it was something to act like that. So we are very, very careful around those people, explosive people, because they full of anger, suppressed and repressed, and they are driven, and most of the time dangerous as well. You are oversensitive. Yeah, it's it's very close to explosive, oversensitive. That everything is like catch you, and you so vulnerable to words, to situations, and everything like irritates you, make you sad, oh, it's not fair, you are using those words, and you don't know how to cope with. So, not knowing that there is so much anger suppressed and repressed in me, not knowing that, you're gonna be oversensitive, explosive, and very easily irritable. When do you know that there is so much suppressed and repressed anger? When even a small remark can make you become injustice collector. Yeah, I put so many indications for you to make it clear, to understand that it's not them, it's me. The problem is in me. I have to resolve that suppressed and repressed anger in me. Not them. Nothing will help. Even they will treat me very lightly. Even then they will run away from me to be afraid that I will be so explosive and they won't like me. The people won't like you because you are not easily approachable to talk, to discuss. You are a problem for yourself. And because you are not able to see that, you are not aware yet that you are a problem. So you make more problems for yourself and for society as well. Those states are means that I'm not matured yet, that I'm not aware yet, that schools that I went to didn't make me aware. Why? Why schools want me to be not matured and not educated about my emotions? Why? Do you know why? Maybe because I can be easily controllable. People in anger, yeah, I can tell them, yeah, look there are very bad people, see? And it will make that group oversensitive very angry, and they will go and fight. So you can be easily pushed to violence and be used by bad leaders. Good leaders will never control. They are not after controlling people. Good leaders. Bad leaders are taken by energy that they are in need to control others. So take care of that part, because you're gonna be controllable. They will push you into fear as well. Anger is connected to fear as well. So all negative emotions, they need to be matured. You need to get to the level that you are not easily irritable. You are not explosive anymore. You are not oversensitive. You are not injustice collector. It's not fair. I hope that you will be able to understand that part. I'm just hoping. And I hope that you will start to read classic books, because classics will teach you that. You are not going to become oversensitive when you will see so many characters. You will be so skillful to recognize different characters around people, because we are on a different level. We are. So take care of your anger. If you are an angry person, take care of your, just be aware. I have a lot of anger in me. I want to let it out. And in my next part, I will tell you how. So watch my next part as well. But I'm not finished yet. Sources of anger: guilt, pride. Yeah, there are sources of anger. If you feel guilty, you're just angry that you feel guilty. And then you can easily project that guilt on others. You can see that because of them. It's so connected. What about pride? Pride is connected to self-sacrifice, self-sacrificing. I'm so prideful that I've done something. Look at me, what I've done. So it just comes from pride, right? And that feeling comes from the position of expectation. Yeah, look, I expect you to know what I've done. So please, see. And I need that for my pride. I need that you will acknowledge and see what I've done. Please do it. And that's that feeling of expectation with self. I sacrificed a lot, and now you don't see it. Please see it. You are just a beggar to be noticed. Oh. So just know that when you expect to be noticed, when you have that expectation, because yeah, you've done something, why would you not? When you have that expectation, then you build that distance between people. You expect it too much from them. So that just understand that you will always have that distance, and they won't see what you've done, because you expect that energy of expectation pushing them away to acknowledge, to see what you've done. Just try that. Do something because you love to do. If you've done something at home, dinner for your husband, just be happy that you've done it because you love to do dinners, or you love to clean your house, or whatever. You did because you love. So you've done something for family because you love to do. And when you put that self-sacrifice, that feeling, you will push all people away. Just know that we are acting like mirror. So when we expect, catch yourself. You had that expectation. Oh, so they're mirror me back that they don't see it. So what I don't see in them, that needs to be acknowledged, and I didn't. So start from the back. Look at them as on your own mirror, and try to understand what is in me that is blocking, that I don't see wherever it's in them, and just see myself only. When you start to act like that, when you start to help yourself using that mirror concept, then that emotion that it small self in you will start to dissolve, and you will be able to see bigger picture. it's amazing how things will change because of that concept. It's a Carl Jung concept. So powerful, so powerful. So before you have that feeling of self-sacrifice, just ask yourself, did I do because I love? To do for family? Or there is something like arrogance in me that I won't do it because I hate to do that. I'm supposed to do something else. So you will know that you are under energy of pride. That there is so much suppressed and repressed that you need to work on. So help yourself to dissolve that negativity using that mirror concept. And start to change consciously your attitudes toward your husband, toward your wife. Start in the family. Because to tell you the truth, that I love to cook. I love to wake up in the morning. Yes, I do love. I change my attitudes. I do love to make breakfast for my husband. I started to love my life. It is long time now, but I can see myself when I was not. I was full of negativity, even though I was a very, very courageous person. But because I didn't understand levels of consciousness, I became injustice collector. Yes, and it was the worst time in my life. I didn't feel well. So when you start to educate and understand more about our psyche, yes, then, only then, you can become more sophisticated and more powerful and start to love your life. And from loving attitudes, a lot of things will go in the positive direction. It's amazing how me can change me. It's just amazing. So challenge yourself. It's okay to have so much suppressed and repressed of negative emotion. That's fine, it's life. By acknowledge that you have in yourself that much, and start to work on yourself and start to let it out. Never become injustice collector. Never. So in my next part, you will learn how to let go of anger. We're ready to learn how to let go of anger. I will explain each one individually, so you will have time to repeat, to listen, and to know, and to learn how to do it. It's so easy. Very practical ways. And to tell you the truth, I am a practical lady, so I like things that are working. And you will have to, of course, you will have to learn for yourself and prove for yourself, because, you know, you are the one that wants to resolve your anger problem. So the first method that is very good method, and you can rapidly release yourself from anger, is stamp your feet. For example, anger came and you don't know what to do with that anger. If you are at home, go to your room, like Jordan Peterson says. Go to your room, stamp your feet, shout. You can do something with your hands as well until you start to laugh. If your family is home and just tell them, I have to release myself from anger, and run to your room and do that stamping your feet. It's very, very, very good method, and you're gonna be amazed how successful that method is. Because when you will do it every time when you are angry and you are at home and you won't share that anger with your family, but you will take responsibility and go to your room, then you will know from your posture, from your feeling that, wow, it's something happened, something different. Just experience that and let me know under this video if this method was successful for you. This is the first, the very practical and good, effective method that is working. What about if you are not home? Because that method is good when you are home. When you are not home, I will share some other things. But when you will start in your house to release yourself from anger, then it won't be much. When you are outside, you won't be able to go to that state of anger because you learn how to release by parts yourself from negative emotion of anger. In my next part, because I want you to spend some time on those parts, I will talk about another very good method as well that is related to the first one. The second method is almost the same like the first one, stamp your feet, but the second one is lie down on the floor and stamp your, not stamp, but hit floor by legs and hands. It's like the children, they do, right? If they are angry, what they do? Lie down on the floor wherever they are, in the store, at home, and crying and hitting the floor by legs and hands. Do it this way. Do it. Go to your room and do it this way. You don't have to cry, but you can shout that anger out. It will help enormously, because what you don't know, that who is angry? Child in us. Yes, child in us is angry. Probably, I don't know if you remember, so I will remind you about that. Dr. Eric Berne discovered that there are three persons in us, like a child, adult, and parent. So child is always like whining and not understand much. So it's a child position, wants to play, wants this, doesn't understand that something might not be good for child. A parent is the one that scolding the child, don't do that, do this. A parent knows better, right? And there's another voice in us, adult. Adult is that part that needs to be matured. So you always open the room for adult to learn. When you lie down, it's the adult decided to do it, because adult wants to learn how to release yourself from anger. Adult doesn't want to be puppet of anger. Adult doesn't want to be affected in negative way and share that anger with others. So now you have another very practical good method how to release yourself from anger. Just lie down like children do on the floor and hit the floor and by hands and legs and shout. Until when? Until you will laugh. You will genuinely like laugh. Oh my gosh, it's fun. I'm released from anger, at least for now, because you don't know how much you suppressed and repressed. You don't know. You don't have an idea. It might take a while. So what? Say to yourself, I will release myself from anger and never gonna be puppet for anger. So in my next part, I will talk about recontextualization. Recontextualization is basically give the different meaning wherever in our perception right now, because there is a automatic behavior. It's like a pattern of anger in us, and we will act automatically. It's just something out of our awareness and control. Yes, it's in our control, but if you are aware, if you are not aware, unconsciously you will be controlled by. So the first automatic reaction is how act that feeling out. That's the automatic. What you will have to learn to self-control until you can go to your room, stamp your feet or lie down on the floor and hit the floor by hands and legs. You will promise yourself never express that anger to others and share that anger with others as well. So you will learn how to control, at least, because it's not a place, it's not a situation to express that anger. I don't need to, I don't have to be puppet for anger. I will release myself. When you are peaceful, you know what to do, how to save yourself, how to do the best for yourself. Only then, not in anger. In anger we make so many mistakes and we harm others very easily. So that's the first example in recontextualization. Another automatic behavioral automatic in our behavior that we will act automatically from anger is to intimidate. It's like automatic. We want to intimidate because we are under force. We are under a force of anger to act like that. It's an automatic pattern of anger, automatic. What you will have to learn another pattern. If you felt intimidated or somebody wants you to act in anger, just look at that group or person. Oh, she, he, they don't know any better. They want to intimidate me, but I won't let myself to be intimidated, because I understand that I can go to anger and I can act in the way that I don't want to act. So I just look at them automatically. You have to look at them. They don't know any better. Just bring that thought. They don't know any better. I don't know any better. They don't know any better. We don't know how to resolve, but I won't let myself to be intimidated. Another one that you have to be aware of is automatically we hold on to that anger because we want to justify. Yes, it's my position. It's justifiable. I justify that position. So what you will have to learn how to let go. Using those methods, how to let go. Yes, to understand. They don't know any better. Just help yourself in the moment to recontextualize your position until you can go to your room and do whatever you need to do to release yourself from anger. Another one, automatically we dump our anger on others. Automatically. We don't know, it's unconscious. It just thinks that it is right thing to do at the moment. But what you will have to learn to restrain yourself, to dump that anger on others. I'm angry. I go to my room and release myself from anger. Another one that is also automatic, when there are angry people, kind of weird excitement you're gonna get from anger. You get used to it, just that action, excitement of action. So that's the trap. That excitement is trap. You have to learn how to stay peaceful. Just separate yourself from the angry group. Run away from them to your room and do whatever you need to do. Because that excitement is poison. Just know that you can be trapped in anger to the end of your life if you won't understand what's the opposite side, to practice that opposite side. And the last one that I would like to mention is like in anger. Why are we angry? Because we judge automatically. We judge. What about to change my understanding? Instead of judgment, say to yourself, oh, they don't know any better. Just accept that they don't know any better. Acceptance that they don't know any better. Remove yourself from the angry situation. Remove yourself. Stay calm. And when you are home, exercise wherever you know how to release yourself from anger. So that's the recontextualization. It just give different meaning and understand my automatic reaction when I am in anger, and exercise, learn my thought pattern, different pattern, that they're not in that emotional state of anger, but in that part more powerful, because then you know how to resolve the problem, then you know how to act, then you know how to help yourself. You don't want to be puppet. You don't want to be puppet of anger, do you? And in my next part, I will talk about mirror concept. I already covered a little bit of mirror concepts. I will expand a little bit, and you can use absolutely all those suggestions to help yourself to release. To become more sophisticated is to know good information, not the information that will make you prisoner and limited in understanding, but information that will expand and release yourself from those negative patterns. We want to mature, yes, maturation, like we must. There is no the other option, like to mature. Otherwise, I waste my time. I didn't mature. I don't know what happened to me. I didn't know. Now you know. There's no excuse. You know the methods how to release yourself from anger. So in my next part, mirror concept. Mirror concept. It's very sophisticated one. When you will understand, you will become more sophisticated and you will know more about your emotions. Because whatever the emotion is inside, and whatever you expect, emotion of expectation, emotion of sacrificing myself for family, for workplace, that's what you vibrate. And when you look at your mirror and you are very honest with yourself, you are honest, you want to be honest because you want to resolve your problems, so you want to be honest. And when you look at that mirror, what do you see? Do you see expectation? Do you see sacrificing yourself? When you see that, this emotion is like a negative one. It's from this area. And when you have that negativity and you vibrate outside, what you're gonna get? You're gonna get back the same. So don't be surprised. When you are blocking yourself with that negativity, you are blocking yourself to communicate well with others. For example, when you do dinner at home and you have that expectation to be praised or noticed, your husband comes tired from workplace and have the same expectation. So he's not able to notice because he's in his head with his own expectations and he wants to be praised as well. So what you will have to do, just look at your mirror. What am I vibrating? What am I vibrating outside myself? Are there any expectations how he's supposed to act to me back? Or there is kind of loving attitudes in me that I've done it because I love what I do. And loving attitudes are very high. It's not romantic love. It's a real love without expectation and feeling of sacrificing myself. If you don't have that feeling, you are in the good place. If you have that feeling, wherever you are, in your workplace, you are working so hard and nobody is giving you raise, right? Your expectation, your feeling of sacrificing. Get smarter. Maybe it's not a good workplace for you. Maybe they won't be able to notice. So help yourself first with changing attitudes toward whatever you do. Maybe you hate what you do, and that's what you see in your mirror, and reflecting back to yourself. So to understand that mirror concept is to more understand yourself. If I will change my attitudes toward whatever I do, if I will change my attitudes toward others, they will see, they will notice. Because positive energy is much more powerful than negative one. The negative one will push people away from me. What my mirror is telling me right now, I am in positive field or negative one. Ask yourself, make a fun from it, and work on your negative emotion, because that's the concept. More you will be able to let out of suppressed and repressed negative emotion in yourself, easier and easier you will understand that part, because it will come automatically without you doing much. And that's the beauty of removing yourself from those suppressed and repressed negative emotions. That positive one will appear suddenly and you will feel like lighter, you will feel happier, you will feel that your purpose is right in your life, that you understand that purpose, because you will start love your life. The last part is good one as well, boxing log. If you can have that space in your house, wherever you are, probably gonna be very challenging to have in apartment building, so you will have to go to a gym. But yes, boxing clock can help you to release yourself from anger. Just think about a situation that make you angry, or people that make you angry, to initiate that anger and start to hit. You will be surprised how much relaxed how much relaxed you're gonna be after, because you released yourself from that anger that you hold to yourself because of them. You will understand that it's me, it's my suppressed and repressed anger, it's not them. So you will become more powerful person. Yes, you will become more powerful. And that's the purpose of life, to understand, to mature, to grow, to enjoy, and to love our life. And the only way is to equip yourself with information that will help you, that will help us on the way. Be on the way of maturation. Be on the way of growing. Be the one that take responsibility for your life. Yes, be the one. Be the one. It's beautiful process. It's beautiful process. Because only then you can truly start to love your life.